Welcome to today's podcast about a topic that most kids would be interested in learning about: the history of video games. Video games are a technology-based form of entertainment. Video games are popular in today's society, but they have been popular for a long time. Did you know the first video game was called Pong? It was created by Atari in 1972. It is a table tennis game with two-dimensional graphics. Syzygy, a precursor to Atari Inc., launched Computer Space, the first commercial video arcade game. It is similar to Space War, one of the earliest video games. It was developed in 1962. In 1977, the first at-home video game console was released, the Atari 2600. Worldwide sales reached 27,640,000. In 1978, Space Invaders hit the arcades with 60,000 machines. In 1979, Atari's most successful game, Asteroids, was released. Pac-Man was created in 1980 and sold 350,000 arcade games. Miss Pac-Man was released soon after. Mario was introduced in 1981 in the game Donkey Kong. 60,000 units were sold to arcades. In 1985, the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, was released with total sales of 61,910,000 units. In 1989, Nintendo came out with the Game Boy. In the same year, Sega introduced Sonic the Hedgehog. The first two-player fighting game, Mortal Kombat, came to arcades in 1993. Some parents feel this was the beginning of violence in video games. Sony's PlayStation was released in 1995 and the Nintendo 64 in 1996. In the year 2000, Sony released the most popular console of all time, the PlayStation 2. In 2004, the Nintendo DS became a popular handheld game. Worldwide sales have reached 154,010,000, which put Nintendo back as a popular video game company. The Xbox 360 was introduced in 2005. This game was the first to have high-definition graphics. The popular video game Minecraft was first made for a PC, personal computer, and later was made for a console. 35 of the 50 most popular video games were released after 2005. Some of the most popular video games end up as part of a series when a company has a successful video game. They are likely to come out with another in the series. There are 4 video games in the Grand Theft Auto series, 8 Pokemon games, and 10 Call of Duty games. The top 5 video games of all time are: in 5th place is the game Tetris. It was released in 1989 by the Nintendo company and is played on a Game Boy. 35,840,000 games have been sold. Mario Kart Wii comes out at the number 4, with 35,860,000 copies were sold by Nintendo Company. It is played on the Wii. Super Mario Bros., produced by Nintendo, is the third most popular video game, with 45,310,000 games sold. It was released in 1985. The second place video game is Grand Theft Auto 5, which is played on a PlayStation 3. 62 million copies were sold by the Rockstar Games Company. The number one most popular video game of all time is the Wii Sports game, sold by Nintendo. It was released in 2006 and sold 82,650,000 games. Some of the world's worst video games are Looney Tunes, Fray Steak, and HBO Boxing. Looney Tunes Acme Arsenal is an action-adventure game featuring 7 playable Looney Tunes characters. Fray is a gritty sci-fi game set in 2090. In a world where civil society is on the brink of collapse. In Stake, the ultimate combat event, it's winner takes all as the world's best row for supremacy. HBO Boxing is another disappointing boxing game. It tries to recreate the look and feel of a real boxing ring, but it fails. In today's world, 2/3 of American homes have people who play video games regularly. Video games have been around for several decades and are here to stay. My personal favorite is Roblox. I hope that you have learned a little about the history of video games and the companies that produce them. This is Kevin Robinson, signing out.